KMET Weather Center. For the Beaumont and Banning area, as we go through the daytime hours, sunshine will be a dominance. Expect a high near 100. For the afternoon hours in the IE area, expect sunshine high near 100. And for the day on the Coachella Valley, sunshine high at 112. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Good to have you with us. We got lots of things going on today. We got Jesse Sanchez over there. Jesse, I know you're kind of putting things together. What are we going to look forward to in the next coming hour?
You talking about from us or from the all shows in general?
Just us for now. We got great shows as well, but you know.
You know what? Good. I don't know. Let's see what to talk about. I remember, there was a story about a guy who, I don't know. Maybe he tried to sacrifice himself into a volcano. I don't know.
Wait, whoa. He sacrificed
He,
himself into a volcano? That makes no sense. What?
no. I just used that as a joke. So a U.S. tourist got rescued after falling into a crater in Italy's Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, I've heard of these things happening. I didn't think it was possible, but all right, whatever. Okay, I can tell you right now, if you didn't download our app, you should download it. Download it at KMET 1490 AM. Again, 98.1 FM. You can definitely find us on Facebook at KMET 1490 AM or myself, Aaron Michael Sanchez. You can also find this amazing person. His name is Joel Prevost of Prevost Partners, and Joel has some really good stuff when it comes to technology. We know you guys always appreciate. Some of you actually send in your messages saying, hey, really like that guy. I really like what he's got going on there as well. And I need to know what's out there for people to buy because I may buy something this week and or year. So, Joel, what's going on over there?
Lots of stuff. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you, by the way. Look, I know that there's a lot of things that, people get, and sometimes they return them. And as of late, we heard about Target. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if you got any info there that, if you return the item, you sometimes can keep it because they don't want to, ship it back and forth. Is that true?
I don't know specifically on Target's policy, but I will tell you I've heard a lot of scenarios out there with a variety of retailers where that kind of thing's going on, where an item gets shipped to you by mistake, or you order something and you say, it's not quite what I wanted, and send you the right thing, but don't bother with the return because the reshelving is costing them more hassle than it's worth. And I don't really understand that, other than it may be just staffing and supply chain challenges, that they have so much cost in that bogged down process that they're like, it's worth more just to leave the item out there. It seems crazy to me because it seems really wasteful and chaotic. But I have heard that firsthand from a variety of people who have not small ticket items either. Like, I understand when it's something that they say, oh, that little charging cable you bought that was cheap, we don't want to bother with the shipping again. But we're talking major items. In one case, it was a whole high-end drill bit electric set with a sawzall and the whole thing. It was close to $1,000, and the retailer just said, keep it, do whatever you want. It was a mistake on our end, and they just left it out there. So crazy stuff like that is happening. Again, I don't know if it's official policy or if it's just people taking liberties because they know their department can't handle it or whatever, but it is a problem for a lot of retailers right now.
Wow. Okay, I can tell you right now, I did not expect to hear that, but I was wondering about that. I said, okay, who's going to take advantage of that? Jesse and I kind of had some thoughts about that, right, Jess?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, Jess wouldn't do that though, right, Jess?
I don't know. Probably I would do it.
At least he's honest about his intention. Well, okay, some of these items really kind of cool, especially. Let's see, you got okay. I'm going to ask you something. Speaking of Target, Target has something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I know kids are going, to school, and sometimes to get ready for school. And then I kind of go, but what about the adults in the room? Can they use it? So this is
Yeah.
kind of a cool item. I want to kind of start with that. It's called the
Yeah.
Core Smart Spiral Reusable Notebook, line 32 pages. Not gonna lie, I was looking for a notebook recently, but this is not any ordinary notebook, right?
Right. So at first glance, it looks just like regular paper. And then when they say reusable, what they mean is that you can basically use a dry erase type marker or pen to write in it. Uh, I wasn't at first. I thought I don't want to write on a dry erase board for my notes because I don't have the greatest penmanship, and so that kind of thing wouldn't go so well. But they actually have specific pens that feel like drawing with a or writing with a regular pen or pencil, and so it feels natural. And you can make notes or sketches or whatever you need to do for, say, the class you're in or the work you're doing. It has 32 pages, so you can just keep flipping and taking your notes. And then what they're saying is the notes will be legible because they're written just like in ink. They're not easily smudged. And then you can digitally just take a photo of them through your smart device, like your phone probably, and upload it to Dropbox or Google Drive or whatever cloud software you use to save documents, and then simply wipe away the notes on your notepad and reuse the notepad. So you're not going through pages and pages of paper, having to get new notebooks, whatever, and you have it saved digitally where you're probably organizing things anyway. And I thought it was kind of a creative thing. I know notebooks are a big deal. When having two kids, it's always like, what color do you want and the style, and it's always a big exciting thing. But as you said, with the adults, there's plenty of adult learners out there, whether they're going to college or they're going back to college, or even in the workplace, where if you're not someone who wants to take all your notes on a laptop and you want to take handwritten notes, which many people do, especially I think it's really good if you're handwriting things. Um, this is a good way to do that without having a whole lot of paper, and you can just still have it digitally saved and used. And I thought it was a really creative thing. It's not that expensive. It's $25. So $25 is a pretty good way to get into something that would replace paper and replacing other paper products going forward. So I thought it was a unique product, and with school just crazy to say, only a month away for some people, something to keep an eye on.
Well, and I love the part with the app part, and it has a QR code. Not gonna lie, I have a book coming out, and I looked at QR codes and how you can kind of, use them because in the book it says go ahead and see a particular video, because it kind of gets them in the mindset of business and what it takes to get a business running. But I kind of go, okay, QR codes are good, but then I'm like, what's the application? Like sometimes people know to scan them, sometimes they don't. In our area, like in restaurants, it's very common to use QR codes. So I know this has QR codes. What does a QR code do?
So I think then you can connect that to probably your app, and then you could easily link it in a sense like, oh wait, where was this in my files? Now, I'm not exactly sure how that works once you erase and you're replacing it, but yeah, there's a QR code on each page. So I'm assuming when you scan it, then it's going to scan that QR code too and save that in your digital file. So now it's linked to that page. So it'd be a way to categorize. So possibly you could use the same page over and over for the same category of stuff. So you say, okay, I'm doing all my math on these first 4 pages, and I'm doing all my whatever on the next 4, and you kind of can keep track that way, so you could help file and coordinate things so that probably stay lumped together in the same categories. That's I'm assuming it's an organizing tool.
Yeah, it says here, blast your handwritten notes to popular cloud services like Google Drive, Dropbox, Evernote. Oh, okay, I see that. Wow. Box, OneNote, Slack, iCloud, email, and more using the free Rocketbook app for iOS and Android. So it basically ties, in a way, your page for you to be able to, I guess, upload it somehow. I don't understand the QR code, how it does that. Or maybe it just, I don't know, it ties into something. But I think it's great. Great idea.
Yeah. Well, and if you've ever used, and I don't know Android's version of this, I'm sure they have it, but even on Apple with Notes, if you use Apple Notes, you can go in and just scan a document through notes and it'll make it a PDF, and it's surprisingly good if the lighting's good and you have a dark background on a piece of paper.
Right.
So I picture something like this. I will scan a document for our accountant, or the lawyers or something when we need something, an official document, and it's as good as anything, and much easier than having to deal with, you know, snail mail or trying
Yeah.
to scan it into it, an old printer or whatever. So
Well, I want to get this. I'm not gonna lie. 2549 comes in different colors. I like the reddish one. It's a Core Smart Spiral Reusable Notebook, letter size, eco-friendly notebook, Rocket Book. So it's called a Rocket Book, and it's got AI technology that allows you to use the Rocket Book smart titles, smart search, and email transcription for easier naming and searching and sharing of your notes. I love that part because if I do the notes, it will transcribe that maybe in like a form of like a letter, which I'm all right with, right? So I think this is good for kids and people that kind of take notes and they want to kind of like, okay, I don't want to keep, some people like binders, some people don't, and they want to reuse it again and again and again. You know what I mean? So I think this is a
right,
great way to do that, right?
right, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, next on the list is something I know that a lot of people are going, ooh, cool. I get to like send a message, but then if I don't want to send the message, but there's a problem evidently
Yeah.
with the latest message system. What's going on there?
So yeah, with Apple, there's the unsend feature with iMessage that got some buzz recently, and it sounds kind of cool, right? So if you send a message, and we've all made an error. It's one thing when you autocorrect goes wrong or whatever, but in that case, or if you send something regrettable and you want to go back and change it or delete it, uh, they're saying within 15 minutes you could go back in and edit your text to change it, and it would change on the recipient's device as well. So basically, if they hadn't read it yet, they'll never see what you did say. If they had read it, you could still take it back and be like, look, I didn't mean that, or whatever. Uh, the problem with this is it's still a beta feature. So unless you and the recipient both have the beta software, and not just on the device that they primarily use, but all their Apple devices. So for example, I get iMessage on my phone, my iPad, my watch, and my laptop. So I'd have to have the beta software on all my devices. And if you sent me an iMessage and then changed it, then it would change on all my devices. But if I have beta only on one device and the others are all up to date with the iOS 15 or something, then those devices are going to show the iMessage with the original. And then the part that you edit will just send me another text message that says, for example, Aaron edited the statement to say this, but the
Okay.
old message is still there too. So it does nothing and almost brings more attention to the change. So bottom line, it's really not ready. So anyone who thinks, oh, that's so great, I'm going to totally use that. It's not for everybody yet. It's really just being tested, and we'll see if it sticks. But it's interesting in concept. I think the lesson in all this is, first, if I make a mistake on autocorrect, it's more of a laugh, right? It's just an easy mistake we all do. But if you're sending stuff you're going to regret, we all just need to take a beat, maybe pause, and don't send the text until you feel like you're not sending something you're going to regret later.
Well, I can imagine, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, back in the day, I used to kind of send messages. I go, wait, should I have sent that one? And I go, oh man, right? And Facebook has I think, is it Instagram too? I think they have a feature on Messenger where you can unsend the message, right? So I've used that on a couple occasions because I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted to say. It wasn't anything embarrassing. I was just like, whatever. But I think about when I was younger and like I wanted to impress a girl, and then like maybe one drink or two, and you're like, hey, how you doing? You're like, wait, should I have sent that? And so I can imagine a lot of the ones that are going, no, it works, and then it's like, no, she saw it. No, I didn't. So there's this article that actually talks about testing it first to see if it works, right? I don't know what you would send like your wife, like you're like, you and her, God forbid, you disagree on something, and you're like, by the way, do you want oranges or apples? And then, right? And then you unsend it, but then it goes on her iPad, which she's like, I saw what you said. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I again think the safe bet is for me to just, pause, make sure you're just sending stuff that you really mean, and certainly don't, it's no different than back in the day when I was first starting my career. I had a wise boss say, never send an email when you're frustrated or irritated, like never hit send.
Yeah.
Just don't put the recipient's name in there, type it out, walk away, come back, read it again, and say, is this really what I want to do right now? And it'll just probably save you in the long run from making mistakes. But we're just very instant, right? Text messaging is so automatic and quick, and we do messaging on the fly, and we probably all could stand to slow down a minute.
You remind me of a moment I had, not gonna lie, it was very embarrassing, but I got to the person's email thing. It was my boss at the time. I was working for a staffing company, and I sent a message I wasn't supposed to send, and I was like, oh shoot, and I went over there really quick, and I like, trash, I was like, oh man, I was so embarrassed, but I got to it first, and thankfully she was out to lunch or something like that, and I was like, but I was like, should I have not done that? And I was like, oh well, whatever, and because it didn't have the unsend feature right. They used to have it, and then all of a sudden it didn't. I'm like, so yeah, I can see this being a problem, and a good thing if they get it right. So Facebook, good job. Instagram, good job, because I've seen people also unsend things to me, and then I'm like, wait, what did you send? You know what I mean? So because it tells you that they unsent. And I do like the edit feature because sometimes you want to know. And actually, Facebook has that feature on comments. You can edit your own comments, so you don't have to delete it. You can edit it. But sometimes it shows the edited version of something if it's been edited, which isn't bad, but could get you in trouble, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, I know on Slack, which I use for a lot of clients and stuff, I do appreciate that you can edit your Slack comments, and it'll say this whatever message was edited, which I don't care, because the point is I'm usually just making it accurate. Like, oh, I misspelled something, or I forgot the date, or I got the date wrong, and I want to make sure they have the right information. So I'll go in and edit it or add something, or I just happen to hit enter too soon, and boom, I got half my paragraph went in there. So I got to go in and edit and complete what I was going to say. So those features can be really helpful sometimes, just for flow and not having unnecessary back and forth of what is this and what do you mean. You can just fix it. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, last before we let you go, the wave roller. I've seen these things, and I'm not gonna lie, I remember a ball that vibrated like amazingly well. Everybody tried it. They were like in the living room, and they were like, "This is amazing." I put it like behind me. I put it like under the cushion, and it like vibrated the whole thing. But evidently, there's something like that. But it's actually really good for men and women who work out. Maybe you could talk about this. It's called the wave roller.
Yeah, so percussion massagers like Theragun and Hyperice, those are really popular. We have a Theragun and absolutely love it. So there's something that I know a lot of people have come to use with tight muscles and that sort of thing. I'm a huge proponent of them. Foam rollers are also, they've been around forever in terms of a way to roll out those muscles, your leg muscles or your back, that get tight when you're exercising. And I don't know if you've ever done a foam roller, just the basic ones. They hurt. They hurt really bad if you do them right. But they work. They help. It's like super painful sometimes.
It is
really tight, but it's a good tool for helping to enhance your stretching, essentially. Well, this wave roller kind of combines that vibration therapy that you're talking about and the foam roller. So it looks just like a foam roller, but it's enabled with Bluetooth enabled vibrating that has different versions of that vibration through their app to give you a full body rolling experience that is enhanced not just with the weight of the rolling on it, but also this vibration that should enhance that, give you even more loosening of the muscles. So I thought it was kind of interesting. It's $149. I think it fits into that category of, if you're really trying to work these muscles out, it's another tool to consider. Again, I've got kind of the percussion massager and I've got a foam roller. I don't have the thing together, and so I'd be curious to see how it feels and try one out sometime.
Yeah, it looks great. I can tell you right now, again, I did try I guess they have several ones. They have a rollerball one, but the one that actually is good, it actually reduces soreness and elongates your muscles It's really good, especially after a workout. So ones that do that swear by it, and you got to do it right. But the vibrating part, I could see breaking up kind of the tissue that kind of gets a little sore-ish also helps. So I think it's a great buy. I think it's a little pricey. I would probably buy it at like, I don't know, maybe $100, but evidently you could take payments as well. This is a new thing, by the way, and I love it. I do one. It starts with a K, I think Klarna or something like that, where they break it up per month, right? And this one has 13 months a month with a firm, and then they just take it out little by little. So, hey, if it helps you out, even better. And it's Bluetooth enabled, so pretty cool. All right, guy, I got to say bye. We got to go to our break, but I will say this. Thank you for spending time with us. I know People Partners always appreciates some updates from the technology sector. Any advice you can give people?
Yeah, I mean, I just think watch for fun summer tech and back to school tech. If you ever want to connect with me about what's out there, or if you need help with a product, I'm here and happy to talk. I love talking about this stuff, and anything innovative is exciting. So it's a conversation I'd love to jump in on.
Awesome. All right, Joel. People Partners, Tech Talk with Joel. Make sure to find him on Twitter as well. We'll retweet his stuff, and see you next and 2 Fridays from now.
Sounds good.
All right, bud. Have a good one. All right, that is that for technology. I'm telling you, people, he knows what's up. It is what it is. People Partners, check them out. And again, we'll see you, right around the corner. We got to take a quick break. I'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned.
Football season is back, and so is Steer the Line with Lou Desmond and me, Jeremy James. Join Lou and I, along with special guests, every Friday at 5 p.m. as we cover the latest in NFL news, fantasy football, and, of course, our weekly Steer the Line game picks. We'll also do check-ins on our local LA teams and, of course, a deeper dive into Raider Nation. Fridays at 5 p.m. on 1490 KMET. Follow Steer the Line on Facebook and visit steertheline.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call their Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
Hi, I'm Harvey Hyde. Don't forget to listen every Saturday morning to USC Trojan Talk right here on AM 1490 on your dial. We've got all the guests in the athletic department and more. Plus, we have a segment called Trojan Update. That's every Saturday morning. USC Trojan Talk here on AM 1490 on your dial. Fight on, everyone.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have each and every one of you with us. Again, Joel, Prevo Partners, who always appreciate all of that of what he discusses, and always very helpful. I know Jesse always goes, wait a minute, I think I need to buy that. But I will say, that feature of the unsend is pretty good. What do you think about that, Jesse?
What, the unsending feature for the iPhone?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, as long as you don't do something stupid. I mean, just be careful before you text.
Well, I think it's funny because you have to both kind of be operating on the same system, and a lot of people have different phones, so it's kind of good to know, like, it doesn't work on this particular person, so don't try it. You know what I mean? It's good, like, at the end of the day, like, oops, I sent that. I probably shouldn't have sent that. It's embarrassing. Which, speaking of which, Rosalie in social media says, I send messages all the time I shouldn't have sent. She used the laughing emoji. I get that. All right. Big shout out to those tuning in. Let's see. Mark Blevin says, taking notes. Yes. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing and onset of a commercial for this glorious sunshine. Awesome busy day ahead for today. Thank you for taking us with you on the set of that. That sounds like fun. She never misses an episode. She's very reliable. She's on Facebook. Go find her. Go like her. Let's see. Viviana says, good sunny hot day from California with the sweaty emoji or the spicy emoji. I don't know which one that one is. And Moreno Cloud Cat says, hola primo. Hola cousin. That's my cousin over from Mexico, actually. She's watching from Mexico City, which I got to actually go find them as well. They're on the side of the family on my father's side, which know Cantinflas or Mario Moreno. So if you know the history of that, that's kind of my side of the family, which actually know many. If you haven't seen the movie of Cantinflas, then you should go see it. It's sometimes playing on Netflix. I don't know if it is right now, but it's a really good movie. But anyway, those are my cousins that are closely related to him. So, but they are in Mexico City. So the Morenos, thank you for saying hello, and big shout out to you guys over there. So happy weekend and all. Speaking of happy, not so happy here at the home front, Jesse, and I'm a little upset by it because the latest news has come out about some of the numbers, and they're like, oh no. And they said some news, and I said, oh man. So I asked somebody if he knew if it was like, the right number or the wrong number, and he said, well, just wait. I said, all right, fine. But they're reporting possibly within the next few weeks, anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 deaths here in LA. What's going on with that, Jesse?
Good Lord. What is this from? COVID?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because the hospitalizations are very high. Now, across the U.S., it's about 38,000 to 39,000 hospitalizations. So others are kind of saying, okay, what's going on next? And others are saying, oh no. So if you have a family member or somebody that's gotten COVID in the last few weeks, check in on them, okay? And I asked somebody, I said, well, why is it happening this way, like it's taking longer than normal? And he said, you know what? It's very simple. When it's like, okay, and then he says, well, you don't know what OM1 does. I said, no. He said, OM1 kind of like gets them really quick and fast in the hospital, but OM2 doesn't. OM3 doesn't, and OM4 doesn't. But what happens after about a week and a half, they get kind of sent back home, but then they get sick again with 4, 5, and 6. He says, so then they get a little bit okay, they get a little bit well, and then within 3 to 4 weeks later, they get really sick, but they don't know it. They think it's like a cold or some type of other thing. And I said, okay. He says, so what you want to do is you want to watch out for it, because within about 5 or 6 weeks, if it becomes really bad, it becomes more fatal than not. But if they make it past the 8th week, then they'll be more than fine, but they're going to have long haul COVID, and it's going to be bad. So that's why the numbers are up rather than down. So he said, it's not as he put it, he said, he almost said as, the F word, but fatal. But he wanted to say this, I think, which was, like the earlier ones, like Delta or Delta Plus, were quick and fast, right? Alpha and Beta too. So people were, and I hate to say this word, but like, I'll use his word, it was a fatal problem for a percentage of people that got sick, usually within the first, 30 days, okay? If you're in the hospital about that long, they pretty much knew what was going to happen. So, with this particular strain, they're now announcing that, these might happen. Now, they're saying it's also underreported that along with pox, because people are doing tests or not doing tests, but they're not reporting them at the hospital. So they said a lot of these numbers are actually below what we would see. So now that brings it up into question, and I think it's kind of important to discuss, because a lot of people go, wait, do we have to do face masks again? And I say this, do it anyway. Don't get away from it. I never got away from it 100%. I just, when I go outside, if I run or something, I don't wear it. When I'm around people, I wear it. I kind of try to mention that to my mom. I'm like, when you're not around people, or like you're at the park and you get a lot of sun, I choose to kind of take it off. I don't want to run with my mask on. Now, having said that, pox is another warning, Jesse, and we've been talking about that over the last few days, but I need to bring this up. Pox's numbers are up, okay, and they're getting some numbers there. Now, we get some hope with some of the vaccine that they kind of released of like information on that we're going to get some more, especially in the next few months and maybe the next year. But what you need to know is the vaccines really are kind of not ready. They're ready for like a version of pox, but not all of what monkeypox is, and it's kind of evolved. So they said now they expect around 1 to 3 different variants. Now with or coronavirus is already a variant. Now you got 4, 5, and 6. We've been talking about that for quite some time. Some are saying M. Remember M? You were talking about M from France?
Oh, yeah. That was months ago.
Yeah, that may be labeled now because it's here in the States or in the U.S. as 7 and 8. Coming up in the next few weeks. So there's some information that we kind of get privy to. I don't like to release my context info, but I'd like people to know ahead of time what's going to happen. We were let's put it this way. When we had 1 and 2 coming, I said to somebody, there's a few more. And he says, no way. And I said, yeah. And he was in Texas, all right? And I said, look, it's going to rebound around July. I don't know why. And he had some like self tests, and he was like selling them for really inexpensive, like stores selling for like $20. He was selling them for like $8. He was kind of getting them more at cost than not. And I was like, well, and he says, take a few. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I don't know. I'm wondering, like, I don't know what to do, but I will say this, it's not good. Pox's numbers are beginning to be up. And now I talked to somebody about that, and I said, okay, is it true? And he says, well, here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are getting pox, and the thing is, they're being sent away. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, all those things that they're talking about, like they get sent away from the hospitals and such. I said, yeah. He said, well, that's going to be a problem, because when they get sent away as kind of like, well, we'll take care of it eventually. Maybe we'll give you a shot. But right now they're running out of shots here in the U.S. That's why they did kind of an emergency. Hey, we need shots, okay? So those are being shipped, but there's only so many. That's why they said kind of like invitation only, because I just found out, and this was a news report, in New York, they had a site set up for a vaccination appointment schedule. That crashed, Jesse. It's that bad in New York. Now, the problem is, it's in New York, it's here, and it's in, Texas. So the question of the day is this: what happens next? The problem is nobody's ahead of it. Now, I got to say this, and I got to say this before the break. I had a friend, very trusted, by the way, that told my mother that she saw somebody with pox at Walmart. And I'm not, I'm not going to lie, I was a little freaked out. And here's why. I just went to that Walmart earlier in the week. And she said she saw the pox on his face, Jesse. On his face. She had that same reaction that you just had for the radio audience. Jesse, what was that reaction you just had?
Oh my God, my jaw dropped. This is why I stay out of Walmart. I don't go to Target. But no, people, they don't care. They don't care if they're sick. They'll go out. It doesn't matter, which is really disturbing.
I don't think he knows. I think it's still too new. I think he thinks it's a breakout. Okay, so what you need to know is this. Okay, if you see it, here's what I would do. Okay, and this is nobody's gonna believe me on this, but I think you should. Okay, you tell management, and here's why. Let's say the guy has a little breakout on his face. Okay, you and I just touched our face, by the way, because that's what we do, especially when we're talking about pox. I don't know why we itch our outside. We don't have it, right? Okay, so the reason you would want to tell management is because they can say, oh, shoot, we need to clean everything that guy touched. They need to trace what that guy touched. That's how it gets transmitted, okay? So let's just imagine the guy with pox, right? He touches his face a little, right? He has it, I think he had it, I don't know, somewhere on his face, and she said he had long sleeves on, right? So she noticed this, and she goes, oh, no. So she didn't want to go anywhere near him, right? She told my mom this. I said, where was this at? It was honestly down the street from where I live, Jesse. I kid you not. They sell some of the best turkey there. I love it. It's in, I don't know if I want to say it, because we're going to be like, oh, no. But my point is this. Wipe down those carts, okay? Now, I know I talked about that here on the show yesterday. I said, what if? Imagine that guy touching a can of, what do you drink, Jesse?
I am not going to tell you now because I'm afraid you're going to say it.
All right, fine. What's that can that you always drink in the morning? The one that you have? Okay,
No,
so
don't take my bangs.
so let's say he touches the bang, but he goes, oh, I don't want that. He puts it back, okay? Then he touches the peanut butter you would have had, kind of like in the next row. He goes, I don't want that. And then he touches a piece of clothing with the infected hand. He goes, I don't want that. Now, you go, but guess what? You don't get any of those things. But your girlfriend does. And your girlfriend gets the clothing. She takes it home. She doesn't wash it. What next?
Oh my God, you're horrifying me. Yeah, I don't like the people that touch things and put them back on the shelves. That disturbs me so much.
Now, pox is bad. Pox is bad. Pox is bad. It's so bad, it doesn't just get on the skin. It stays in your system, okay? The people that are going to get it in the next few weeks are going to be honestly upset. And here's why. The vaccine helps prevent if you get it. If you already have it, you got it. That's why I said, you see it, you run, okay? People were a little like weird when I said, look, you see a pretty lady, she's next to you, you see some little break. I go, you run the other way, all right? You kick her out of your vehicle. You don't want that. You Lysol that, okay? There is nothing good that comes with pox, okay? And you know, you say, hey, you're awesome, and I'll see you next year, okay? That's how bad it is, all right? And not gonna lie, I'm single, so, you know, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you think about it. Not worth it, man. I'm not bringing that to anywhere near my mom. You know what I mean? Not until the vaccine's ready to go. And the vaccine that they have is actually for an older edition of pox. So the question I have is, what's happening next? So my point is this, people. Be aware it's out there. It's in our neck of the woods. Not going to lie. I was like, thank God it happened after I went to Walmart. But do you think I'm going to wash up at that Walmart again, Jesse?
No. No. I probably would not go to that Walmart ever again, at least for a while.
Not gonna lie, it was in Rosemead. There's your answer. Everybody's like, tell me where that was at, because you don't want that, okay? I did tell her maybe she should. Anyway, long story short, that's what you should do. Run, okay? Don't get it. There's nothing fun about pox. You're gonna see a lot of news about it in the next few days, and if you haven't, like, in any area, I'm not saying you should, like, you know, but they are saying quarantine yourself, okay? There's a reason for that. It's highly contagious, especially the first, well, here's the thing. You rub something, it rubs on someone else. Jesse, you didn't even answer if your girlfriend brings that article of clothing home. But what I would say is this, you both would be affected. I don't want to be around you, Jesse.
Right? Oh my God. I swear if I come out, oh my God, I feel my skin itching. This is your fault.
You're welcome, by the way. It's a warning. Get Lysol wipes. Go get those right now. Okay, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Eek!
Does shame, guilt, and martyrdom play a part in holding ourselves back from self-love, self-confidence, self-empowerment? Ambika Waters is back. With over 3 million books sold, she offers her 28th, Releasing Shame, Guilt, and Martyrdom. Her body of work includes training programs held in Europe and North America, where she connects her participants to the realms of angels, the importance of chakras, the healing power of color and sound. Ambika Waters, the journey that she has been on, the renowned teacher, artist, and healer, has brought a lifetime of experience to her newest book, Releasing Shame, Guilt, and Martyrdom. How to reframe the past, release your future. the guide to expanding our capacity for unlimited goodness. And BikaWaters.com, Amazon.com. Love, love, love.
Summer in the Inland Empire. You know what that means. Sunny days and hot temperatures that make you want to stay inside. Franklin Mechanical Systems can repair or replace your air conditioning unit to get it working cool before the heat hits. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and get cool today.
Out the door, in the car, off to work. The same old morning routine. Take a break and stop for hot coffee or a latte and a fresh homemade cinnamon roll or chocolate cream puff. Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning is a locally owned family business with a friendly staff and customers who are always glad to see you. Get your morning off to a great start at Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street right off the I-10 freeway. Serving the Pass area for 22 years. Donut Delight is open at 4:30 a.m. daily.
World-renowned psychologist, relationship expert, and best-selling author Dr. Carmen Hara hosts Live Now every Friday morning at 9 o'clock on Smart Talk Radio. Dr. Hara offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Experience your own positive transformation as Dr. Hara personally guides you to the answers that you have been seeking. Live Now with Dr. Carmen Hara every Friday morning at 9 o'clock Pacific Time on KMET Radio, podcast by SoundCloud.
The holiday Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff and spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got Jesse Sanchez over there. Jesse, I know you got some news over there. Bring it.
Oh my God, you got me still on the the whole monkeypox thing.
You're welcome.
I see it everywhere.
You need some awareness, man.
I see it everywhere. But you know what? Since it is the weekend, I will actually take some advice and we'll watch your show. What was it? You're trying to get me to watch it for a couple weeks now.
Oh, Halo.
Yes, Halo.
More like a few months, man. But yeah, no, better late than never.
That is true, because while I was on the Peacock app, I think it was on. Yeah, it was on the Peacock app. So, or no, Paramount. My bad, Paramount. So I'm on Paramount. I'm looking for Halo. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch Halo, and then I see a show, 4 letters, Evil. I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting. Let me watch the first episode. I binged like 2.5 seasons, or like almost 3, in like a week's time. My brain hurts. But if you have a chance to watch the show Evil on Paramount, you should definitely give it a chance. It's actually really interesting.
Yeah, it looks fun. I mean, it's where they get rid of what?
It kind of feels like an X-Files, but what this is about a forensic psychologist who joins a team of 2 other people. One is a Catholic priest in training, and the other one is a like an electrical expert who like debunks stuff. So they go on like little, on every episode they do like little things where they investigate stuff from the church. Demon possessions, miracles, stuff like that. So it's kind of like an X-Files.
X-Files wasn't really about like possessions, about aliens, like telepathy, but I think you mean exorcism. Just say it.
Yeah, for exorcisms, demons, stuff like that. But what it is what I mean by X-Files is this: how they go into like every episode is like a different story. Well, but I don't know. I found it fascinating.
Here's what I like about that. I think we need to exercise some demons in people's heads right now, because there are some weird people out there. Have you seen like on the street sometimes they're like, and talking weird? You ever see them?
Oh yeah, I see that all the time. Actually, it's actually becoming more common, which is really scary.
Yeah, it's weird. I look at some people, I go, how come your eyes are so black? That's weird. I'm like, is that normal? I'm like, it's like the movies are just like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I might not be a religious person, but there are always things that can't be explained.
Yeah, well, anyway. Look, at the end of the day, evil is, and in the weird time that we live in, there's so many things that we report on. It's just weird, okay? Now, having said that, I will say this. I got to go to the show, and I got to see Jurassic World, and I got to see Thor. Now, you saw Thor. Do you recommend it? Or is it like, wait for the,
Depends if you're a Marvel fan.
Oh, that's a bad.
Me personally, I enjoyed it. There was a lot of humor in it.
But
there were some things that I probably could have changed.
Okay.
But overall, I enjoyed the movie very, very much.
It wasn't as strong as I thought it was going to be. Okay, was Gamora in it?
No.
Eh.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, the Guardians were in it. They were in the beginning. Yes, they were in the beginning.
Okay.
What I found fascinating, or what I enjoyed about this movie was, I wish it was a little bit longer, but they tried to keep it under the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
But what this movie does do, it opens it up for an even bigger world.
Okay.
And because there were parts of the Moon Knight series where they mentioned the Egyptian gods, okay, and why they left.
That makes sense.
So, in thinking about what happened in Thor: Love and Thunder, made me believe, you know what? A lot more gods are going to come to the MCU, and it's going to be absolutely crazy and amazing.
Well, I think Eternals kind of opened that, right? Because it goes back to like the Babylon era, right? And so, yeah, I think. Look, at the end of the day, I think if anything, the multiverse is where it's at, right? DC's doing something, and I will say this: if you look at Spider-Man: Homecoming, and you look at the last moment where it kind of cracks open in the multiverse, there's a guy with a yellow-ish like helmet. I hypothesize, and people are like, no, that's never gonna happen. But nobody thought Batman Superman would happen. Look what happened. What if they have little teasers in the multiverse and it opens up the DC verse? What if? And if it did that, what if the new one that's supposed to be the guy that goes against, what's his name? The guy with the little thunderbolt. What's his name?
Thor?
No, Black Adam.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that movie's actually coming out in a couple months, isn't it?
Yeah. What if the guy, what's his name? Pierce Brosnan character?
You talk about Dr. Fate?
Yeah. What if he's like the opposite, but kind of the same as Doctor Strange-ish in the DC verse? But you get where I'm going with this? Because they kind of have kind of similarities in that movie if you kind of look very closely at the trailer.
Well, I do believe Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate were made to resemble each other because, a lot of DC characters resemble Marvel characters and vice versa.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's kind of similar. So anyway, that's my theory. I'm sticking to it. Go watch Homecoming as well. I'm a huge fan of DC and Marvel. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I've always said this. I said, look, DC does it well when it comes to the TV, right? My mom loves Arrow. She loves the actor that plays Arrow, right? I like Flash, right? I like the DC version, and I love Wonder Woman of film, right? Because she's awesome. Now, I loved the Aquaman first one. Love her or hate her. I don't know what's going on. What's going on with that girl that plays,
Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about Amber Turd. No one's. I haven't heard anything about her since the trial.
Got it. Well, I heard something like she was trying to reopen, so they're like, it's not going to happen. I'm like, just let it go, Amber. We don't want to hurt you.
For someone who wants to move on and go, she's really picking at that scab.
It doesn't work. Just let it go. All right, we got it. We saw the tears. They were kind of, 1 minute you're tearing, the next you're like, one day I'm gonna hate you even more. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what to believe there. Anyway, look, it's a thing. Do they get back together? I bet in a few months they get back together. They'll be seen chatting at lunch. What do you think? Is that gonna be a thing?
No. If that happens, that's probably one of the signs of the apocalypse.
We've had a lot of them, Jess.
Yes, we do. I don't want to even talk about that right now. But on it, oh my God. If he ever gets back with her, his career is over. No one will care.
I think they have a love-hate relationship. I think they just got a little too much in. I don't know. I would have left her right after she bit me. You know what I mean? Like, there are women that like to bite, but when they bite a little too hard and they go you know what I mean? There's nothing fun about it at that point. So be careful, be careful, be careful. All right. I know there's things to do this weekend. Please have fun doing them, but please, 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 please be safe. All right. There's a lot of warnings going into the weekend, just so you know. Okay. And I will say this. I've already seen a few of them. They're saying, are they going to bring face masks back as a mandate? I say this, encourage them, don't mandate them. Everybody gets upset when you mandate them. But if you look at Asia and China and all those areas that I've had to deal with this since, honestly, 2011, it's kind of common to wear masks. It's kind of like, get over it. It's such a little thing at the end of the day. It really is. It's a thing. Look, with pox, I don't want to be near you if you have it. Period, end of story. I just don't. There's nothing good that comes from pox. Okay? And I know people are going to be mad at me. But I say, if I had pox and I was around you, would you be mad at me for coming and saying, hey, don't worry about it, I got vaccinated? No, man, you still got it. It's on your skin, okay? So be careful there, okay? You just, you got to be a thing. Oh, by the way, this is a thing. The CDC is saying this, and this is about your kids, okay? Now imagine, pox gets out at your school. Oh, guaranteed your whole family's going to get this. The CDC is saying U.S. infants are falling sick with a life-threatening virus that triggers fever, delirium, seizures, and sepsis. Oh, man. Are we that part of the Bible where it talks about, pestilence after one place after another? What is that about, Jesse?
I have no idea. Oh, my God. This is why I stay in my home, because that's where all the cool stuff.
Yeah, so I'll stay on a little bit to talk about that on the after show. Find me on Facebook. You can find me Aaron M. Sanchez, Twitter as well. We'll retweet that information that Joel mentioned. If you missed any part of it, find the rerun. We'll see you next week, everyone. Make it a great day. Make it a safe one. And don't just wear a little mask. It's easy breezy. I got one around here somewhere. Just wear it. Yeah, see, there it is. Easy breezy. Okay? Done. Have a good one, everyone. Okay, everyone, just really quick before I let you go, okay? There's a lot of warnings here, all right? And I hate going on and down. I really do. But I want you guys alive. I have had to, recently, I'm not going to lie, somebody very close to me just died just a few days ago. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm not going to lie. She, let's put it this way. When you have people that you've known for a while and you suddenly hear out of the grapevine, they died. And you're like, are you kidding me? I will say this. What's being said is that she died of pneumonia. I don't believe that for a second. Okay, there's a lot of people saying, oh, they had this or they had this. No, I can almost guarantee you she had coronavirus. Who dies of pneumonia in July? You ever hear of that? October, November, December? Maybe. January, February? Maybe. No, man. There are some people that are kind of passing away, and we need to know what virus they had. Okay, and here's why. You never know who they gave it to. And B, we need to get these numbers made right. There's so many, I've already, let's put it this way. There's been some people that they go, I don't know what they died from. I think it was natural causes. Go, oh, you don't get it, man. I'm one, two. Oh, they messed with so many other things. We talked to so many very important people that say that's not true, okay? 3, 4, and 5 are bad. Okay, I already told you about liver problems. Okay, now we got this with kids. I'm going to read this really quick. The CDC is warning that pericovirus are spreading in multiple states. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? And you're not going to believe me, but it's all right. A lot of these things we're going to get information in the next, probably anywhere from a year to a year and a half, okay? But we're living it, okay? Now, I talk to very, very, very smart people, and they're much smarter than me. They do this stuff, okay? But they always go, do we not? And I say, yeah, don't worry about it. And I go, wait a minute, do I need to be concerned? Okay. But they said this, and I'm not going to lie. They said something like this would happen. They said, look, kids are going to get more sick, especially with 4, 5, and 6. Actually, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's right. It was 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5. Because they said it's going to mask us other things. They said people aren't going to know it for a while because they're just going to say, oh, it's this, this, and that. But when it happens all of a sudden, there's a huge thing, and then all of a sudden, yeah, that. So they said, look, when it becomes a thing, start reporting it. Now, they told me that about 3 months ago, all right? Well, we're here. There's so many little things popping up, okay? So, let me read the rest of this. Federal health officials in the U.S. are warning doctors and parents that a dangerous virus is spreading across the U.S., causing fevers, seizures, confusion, and other sepsis-like issues that can be life-threatening for young infants. All right? Now, I know nobody understands sepsis. Do you understand sepsis? If you know somebody that had sepsis, then you understand, okay? It's bad, okay? I can almost guarantee you, the person I was speaking to, something he said kind of was reminding me, and it was very important. He said something like, look, you don't get it. There's going to be a lot of people that know, but don't know yet. I said, huh? He says, there's just going to be a lot of people that know, but they don't know yet. I said, what do you mean? He says, all right. You do this a little rhyme with me, and it helps me kind of like remember stuff. I said, uh-huh. And he goes, well, I kind of did that the other day, and I kind of remembered something. Then I kind of looked up something, then I looked up something, and I looked up something. I said, oh my God, it's going to mutate. It's going to get worse than kids. I said, why? Because they're going to be infants. I said, what? He said, they're going to be infants. I said, what do you mean? Oh, there's parents that get COVID and then they give it to the infant. They think they're well from it, but they pass it on to the kid. I said, what? Yeah. Here we are with kids all of a sudden having a virus. He said there's going to be all kinds of weird stuff popping up in the next few months. Well, we're here. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said Tuesday that pericovirus is currently circulating in multiple U.S. states. So far, the CDC has only collected positive samples of what they term as PEVA3, okay, which is a specific type of pericovirus that is most often associated with severe disease. At least one newborn is dead in Connecticut. The baby's name, Ronan, was less than 2 weeks old. You can't, what I'm like, oh man. Was less than 2 weeks when his mom started noticing he was becoming very angry and crying a lot. Okay, his chest turned red, his face, and 14 days old, he was admitted to the hospital. Not good. Where he started having seizures. Not good. At 34 days old, the little infant died. There is no known treatment for pericovirus. Older children who get infected may only have mild illness, like a cold, while others may remain completely asymptomatic during their infection and feel nothing at all. Okay? Not good. CDC is telling doctors to be alert for the signs of pericovirus, so you need to know. It says it's urging pediatricians across the U.S. to consider that pericovirus may be the culprit when very young patients present with unexplained fever, sepsis-like syndrome, seizures, or meningitis. Now, I'm not going to lie. Okay? Oh, God. There was a very important person that was talking on ABC yesterday. Okay, and I was watching it, and he says it masks like meningitis. Okay. He wasn't talking about this. He was talking about coronavirus. Then he was talking about pox. He was like, meningitis. He threw that out there. I'm like, meningitis. What's about meningitis? High fever, irritability, loss of appetite, and sleepiness. But meningitis is so much more. You don't want it. Okay? Meningitis, nothing good comes from meningitis. Meningitis, horrible stuff. You ready for it? Gonna read it. Non-polio enteroviruses are the most common cause of viral meningitis in the U.S. Only a small number of people affected with enteroviruses will develop meningitis. I'm going to hold you right there. Okay. Meningitis. Okay, I said this to somebody as of like 3 days ago. And I said, look, I don't think you get it because some information that I've been talking to some very important people is very important. So you guys need to know this. I said, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get pregnant. And when they get pregnant and they have like certain pox, they're going to pass it on to the kid. But the kid's going to get a lot of problems. And it's going to be polio-like. Don't get pox. If you get pox, wrap up. I'm going to say that. Wrap up. Men, you know what I'm talking about. Women, wrap up. Okay? Not good. Not good. Wrong on that? You don't? Other viruses that can cause meningitis are mumps virus, herpes viruses, including Epstein-Barr virus, herpes simplex viruses, and varicella zoster virus, which causes chickenpox and shingles. Do you know which pox we have? This was written, I think, yep, it's on cdc.gov, before monkeypox. Pox, there's nothing good that comes from pox. But people don't get what happens after you get well. In the development stages of a baby, if you get pox, especially monkeypox, it gets bad for the baby. Not good. You're not going to like it. Don't let the baby just don't get pox. Don't get pregnant. Hold off on the pregnancy plans, okay? If you can hold off for at least a year, okay? Just put that in your head. Say, I want to hold off for at least a year. Because the development stage is, if you have pox, you will give it to the kid. Okay, that's what people aren't talking about. That's why I say, be careful there, okay? Measles virus, influenza virus, arboviruses, oh god, West Nile virus, lymphocytic choriomeningitis virus, people at risk, here it is, people at any age can get viral meningitis. However, some people have a higher risk of getting the disease, including children younger than 5 years old. Why? Because it gets to the kid in the embryo stage. There you go. There's the answer. So, go back to this story. Okay. I know you don't know what pericovirus is, okay? Just so you know, my mom got the German measles. Remember those mentioned measles? That's what my sister got sick. That's why many of you know my sister's special needs. She's special needs because my mom got German measles. And how did she get it? She got it at church. Somebody had it. They went to church. My mom got it. My sister suffered. Do you get it? Don't get measles. Oh, wait. Don't get pox. Just don't get it, okay? Don't get it, okay? If you get chickenpox, that's bad. But you get monkeypox? Oh, that's really bad. And they're saying, I know, they're not reporting it yet. There's at least 3 different variants already developing in certain countries, especially Europe, okay? I have a friend recently went to Europe. I'm like, why did you go to Europe? And not gonna lie, I've been noticing something. Whenever she goes to certain places, things just kind of boom, boom, boom. I'm like, go where you need to go. That's either here or Canada, okay? Because it's bad in the UK. It's bad, okay? The outbreak there, not good, okay? This is just a couple years after coronavirus. Isn't that weird? Not good. Diseases, pestilences, you know where I'm going with that, okay? All right, so be careful there. It's happening. People are getting sick, and they're not putting things together. Oh, and he said this to me. He said, look, I know you want to believe in people. I said, He goes, I know you do the right thing. He goes, I know you try to inspire confidence. I said, Don't inspire confidence, make people afraid. I said, people are not going to want to be afraid. He says, make people afraid. I said, why? Because they're not going to do the right thing. You know, they protest this stuff. I said, what? They protest this stuff. I said, oh. All right, I get that, but how am I going to get ahead of that? He goes, I don't know, but you need to make sense of them because they protest just wearing a mask. What do you think they're going to do when they say, hey, wear gloves? I said, why are they going to wear gloves? He said, because it's really bad. I said, what do you mean? There's a one developing and it's bad. It's already an outbreak. They don't want me to talk to you about it, but it's bad. It's going to be called pox eventually. This is worse than that. And they're going to say something else about it, but it's going to be all bad. I go, well, what do you mean? And he goes, it's all bad, man. You know, I get it. Okay, you know how people think they're at a coronavirus? They're all reporting that stuff and then some. I said, yes. He says, it's not going to be that way in a few months. I said, what? He says, it's not going to be that way in a few months. He said, I'm sorry. I said, what? He said, exactly. That's what I mean. I said, what? He said, okay. He doesn't really speak his mind. It's really kind of interesting that way. And he said, look, you don't get it. It's going to be a problem. I'm going to hate it. You're going to hate it. We're all going to hate it. We're not ahead of it. We're not ahead of it. We're not ahead of it. I said, okay, I get that. But why are we not ahead of it? He goes, well, I hate to say this, but you know those people that are government that talk all, hey, we're ahead of it. Hey, we're ahead of it. Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. I said, yes. Do you know the information I give you goes in one ear and out the other? What do you mean? Well, he says, okay, look, here's the deal. Whenever a vaccine comes out, people think, hey, I'm free, I'm cured, I'm good to go. He goes, those are the worst ones. I said, why? It only happens 4 to 6 months. I said, what? Okay, he goes, you don't get it. Let's say somebody gets it last year, right? I said, yes. He goes, let's say they got it in the spring, right? Yes. He says, and they say, oh, I got the, that's it. I said, okay. He goes, well, they think they are good to go. I said, huh? He goes, I don't get it. I said, look, be patient with me. He goes, I'm going to be patient because you're going to be dead by then. I said, what? He goes, look, just trust me, wear the mask, and then just don't touch people, and please, 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 just tell your mom I love her and goodbye. I said, what? He goes, I'm going to die by next year with the rate of the stupidity of people. I said, well, you can't say that S word. That's mean. You can't say that. He goes, they're stupid. I said, what? Okay, but you can't say that word. People don't listen to that when you say the S word. He says, I don't care. I'm smart. You're stupid. I said, what? Whatever. I said, look, I think you need to make sense about something. He says, I don't want to make sense. I need you to know this. Okay, here's the deal. He never hears himself talk. He goes, here's the deal. I know that you know that you're going to be okay, right? Yes, I have confidence. He goes, that's a problem. People have too much confidence. They don't understand what's coming. Puck. That's all bad. Just, you know, what do you mean? Well, there's a strain developing, and it's really bad. And it got over to, London. Then he said, and I thought, well, it's in London. Big deal. He said, no, you don't get it. Everything starts in London. I said, no, it doesn't. It starts in other areas. It goes exactly. But where do people go from London? I go, what do you mean? He goes, you don't get it. When they travel, where do they go? Huh? When they travel, where do they go? I said, I don't understand. Saying when they travel, where do they go? I don't know. So dumb. He said, very smart guy, by the way. When you are classified as dumb by this guy, you do not mind. He's like high level intelligent, like probably like 203 or something like that. Yeah, obviously 280. All right, so here's the deal. What he meant to say is this, because it took forever, okay? What he meant to say was, when you travel, that's how you get sick. When they travel to their home and or other place, they take it with them. Which everyone goes, yeah, no, duh, I travel, I always get sick. That's how the outbreak starts. Have you noticed how outbreaks have been starting very quick and fast, and they hit always the major metropolitan areas before they hit all the other areas? Always the major coastlines, okay? Pox is being reported in San Francisco, LA, Texas, Florida, New York. What is there? Hubs. Major airport hubs. That's why it gets spread in those areas quick and fast. Okay? He basically got to that. He said a lot of things, but then he said this. He said, look, man, if I were you, I would just go like somewhere where it's nice, where you take a vacation and just wait it out. So where's that? He goes like Mexico. I said, why Mexico? Mexico said, people are like, no, not Mexico. Just go to Mexico, man. Go to a place you like, Cancun. They're fine. Don't worry about it. I said, why are they fine? Because no one goes there. I said, people go there. They vacation. He goes, it doesn't matter, man. You don't get it. It's bad in California. I said, what? It's bad in California. He lives in Texas, by the way. And I said, well, why is it bad in California? He goes, you don't get it, man. you don't get it. Californians always die first. I said, no, they don't. He says, yes, they do. They're stupid. They're always that stupid. What's it called? I said, oh, no, so that's... He goes, I hate politics. Politics are stupid. He says, look, there are certain people, they go, it doesn't exist. And then the next week, it doesn't exist. And then the next week, oh, I'm in the hospital. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was real. They're dumb. I said, oh, yeah, I get that. I do. I get that. I understand that. Then he said something very interesting. He said, well, that's the problem. People are dumb, and they don't understand they're dumb, so they do stupid things, and then they die, and then nobody hears from them, and they never say, oh, by the way, I recant what I said because I'm dumb. They only kind of recant, but then they're dead, so you can't trust those people. I said, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I've met a few people. They're like, don't wear your face mask, don't wear your face mask, don't wear your face mask, don't worry about it. I've had friends say that. I go, because his little voice in my head goes off, and he said, look, when people do dumb things, remember, dumb. When they do stupid things, go stupid. And when they do smart things, call me up. I said, okay. So I called him up. And I said, look, there's a thing going on. It's pox. You were speaking about that. He goes, mm-hmm. I said, so somebody did something very smart. And they got away from it. He goes, oh, that's good. I said, what's going on? He goes, I don't know. You don't get it, man. It's everything that I said. He's a very smart person, okay? I'm going to say this, okay? Sometimes you got to listen to the smart people and stop listening to politics, okay? Now, a lot of people are reporting and kind of talking about things that are like, oh, no, it's here. All right, we've been saying this on the show for a few months. We said, look, in the summer months, something bad was going to happen. And we said, remember, vaccines only last for so long. So if you look at your month that you did your last vaccine, count 6 months after that. That's how long you're good for. Okay, now, very important. And he says this to me all the time. He goes, you know what? People don't understand vaccines. I said, uh-huh. Those vaccines are only good for a limited time. I said, I know you always tell me that. He goes, no, you don't get it. They think it covers all the arms because it's the vaccination that comes out. I said, huh? You go on that one in your mom got? I said, yeah. That one is not good anymore. I said, what? You don't get it. There are 6 of them. I said, uh-huh. He goes, it's only good for the first one. I said, what? It's only good for the first one. What do you mean? Well, okay, you know, alpha, beta, delta, delta plus. Yeah, they don't report that anymore. I said, uh-huh. He goes, well, they're still around. They're still circulating. People think, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. He goes, you know how many deaths there are that are not being reported? I go, what do you mean? He goes, man, people are sick and tired of it, right? I said, yes. He goes, well, what do you think is going to happen when they're just all of a sudden dead? I said, I don't know. He goes, you know, everybody that died that supposedly had, I don't know, liver failure, or I don't know, heart attack, or I don't know, kidney failure, or I don't know, have blood on their stool. I said, yeah, a few. Coronavirus. I said, what? He goes, remember that time I told you nobody would believe that certain diseases were certain things? I said, yes, I actually do remember that. He goes, well, coronavirus. Okay. He goes, you don't know what to do with that. No, I know what to do with that. I just got to remember, you know, people will get well. People will be, you know, I mean, they got to be ahead of it. They got to not get sick. And he goes, yeah, stop doing that stupid thing you do. You do so many stupid things. You always go, hope, 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 hope. You know, people are going to die. And I said, what do you mean? People are going to die. I said, well, you had a hard time. Yeah, I buried 3 people, just, you know. I said, oh, okay. And he started crying and crying and crying. I said, all right, I get you. He was crying for a while. Now, here's the thing. Back to my friend who died earlier in the week, okay? She was a little older, all right, but she had a lot of life in her. Her family, probably alive for, I don't really know. That's what he always goes. He goes, don't be the hope guy. Be the obvious guy. Be realistic. I said, all right. Pneumonia. It's not pneumonia. He said this. He told me this. He said, look, it's going to be a problem. They're going to say it's all many things. And people are going to be like, oh, it was normal. Oh, it was normal. Oh, it was normal. Because they're not going to know it was coronavirus. Because the tests don't come out. All right? So, I'm going to say this. If you have a family member sick, visit them, but be safe. Do it so safely, okay? Be safe when you do it, okay? Don't visit them in person. Call them, see how they're doing, and check in on them again and again and again, especially weeks after. Because some of these go, no, I'm fine. Weeks later, they're not fine. They're wheezing, they're coughing, they're like, oh, I just have a cold. They don't. Okay, they have coronavirus. Okay. Now, find out, because if you've been exposed to them, in the meantime, you want to make sure to get your test if you exhibit any symptoms. Okay, now very important. Pox. Okay, obviously in the area. Okay, technically down the street. Okay, just because it's in the area doesn't mean everybody's gonna get it right away. But very smart. Well, let's put it this way. One person said this to me, completely different. He said, look, you don't get it. There are things happening that people are not aware of. I said, okay. He says, like time. I said, okay. He goes, there is time that it takes to infect. That's what they're not reporting. I said, oh, I saw a good doctor. He goes, can you just stop? I said, okay. There are things that are happening on this earth that have never happened before. We're not ahead of it. I said, okay. He goes, no, you don't get it. We're not ahead of it. I said, okay. What do I not get? He goes, oh, man. Seriously, these two people should be able to talk this way. He says to me, okay, he says, look, there are some people, they appreciate being safe, right? I said, yes. There are some people that do not appreciate being safe, right? I said, yes. He said, you know how people bunk together? I said, yes. You know how you said that way back in 2020, that they would and could and should? I said, yes. He goes, well, that's the problem. I said, what do you mean? Well, let's put it this way. Let's say there is a person who gets coronavirus. I said, yes. How many people in the house are going to get coronavirus? Oh, I reported on that. I said, probably, if there were like 10 people, probably 2 or 3. He goes, not with pox. I said, excuse me? He goes, not with pox. It's more than that? Worse than that. Okay, well, what's worse? He goes, okay, let me give you an example, okay? He said, and this is a very smart guy. He's a little patronizing, whatever. He said this, look, let's say you're pretty safe, right? I said, yes, very safe. He goes, okay, let's say you go, I don't know, to a park. I said, okay. Because you know how you like the outdoors, right? I said, yes. He goes, okay. You go to the park. You go, you walk, you do your little stroll. What do you do at the park? I go, oh, I don't know. I just kind of breathe, breathe in the fresh air, get sun, vitamin D, and all of that stuff. He goes, yeah, that's the problem. Don't do that. I said, excuse me? He says, don't do that. Why not do that? He goes, okay, you don't get pox, do you? I said, I'm not gonna lie, I don't. He says, all right. Pox can come and go, but it will stay on benches. I said, come on, that's not possible. It makes no sense. He goes, it's going to stay. I said, okay. Why would it stay? He goes, okay. You know how wood is wood and metal is metal? I said, yes. The metal part, those little bumps on the bench? He said, yeah. Let's say a kid is infected and it's on their hands. Or worse yet, on their legs. Because, they think it's an outbreak of pimples or something else. I said, yes. That's going to be a problem. I said, what do you mean? Well, they leave behind bacteria. I said, okay. You don't get it. I said, I'm trying to follow you, man. He goes, okay. There's bacteria, right? Yes. Then there's real bacteria, right? Yes. Then there's super bacteria, right? Didn't know that, but okay. He goes, there's a super bacteria. He goes, it stays on surfaces longer. Now, here's the thing about that. Wood, it stays for about 3 to 4 hours. I said, okay. Metal, 8 hours. I said, okay. That's in the sun, he says. Excuse me? He says, that's in the sun. Oh. Wow. Well, how would you know? Well, then I don't know what to do. He says, that's a problem. No one knows what to do right now. He says, there's going to come a lot of things, a lot of info. But you know how they reported wrong in coronavirus time? I said, yes. 2020. He goes, yeah. Coronavirus. They said, oh, mask up. Then they said, don't mask up. Then they said, mask up. Then they said, don't mask up. They said, we're ahead of it. Yay. And then they said, yeah. He says, you know how you always report the truth? Yes. You know how you don't spread fear? Yes. He says, look, you need to tell people the way it is. I said, okay. He said, it's very simple, okay? Don't touch metal surfaces. He says, if you do, wipe them down before you touch them. Oh, so if I went to the park, take a wipe out, and then wipe it down like some others do for the kids? He said, exactly. Do that. Okay. And that kills it? He goes, it's better than nothing. I said, okay. Good to know. All right. So just do that. He goes, yes. Take Lysol wipes. Invest in Lysol. He said, because we're probably not going to be alive to see it. I said, what do you mean? The cure. I said, excuse me? He goes, people don't get it. Viruses mutate. I said, yeah, we report on that a lot. He goes, no, you don't get it. Viruses viruses mutate. I said, okay. He said, no, you don't get it. Viruses mutate. I said, I get that. We report that a lot. He goes, yeah, but people don't get that. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I don't. Well, is that what variant is? He goes, yes, that's exactly what it is. Well, yeah, I reported on that, and that's what we talk about. He goes, you don't get it. All right, here's the thing. Seriously, these two should meet. He goes, here's the thing. People don't understand the vaccinations are not ready for the variants. I say, yes, but they shouldn't call it variants. He goes, they should call them different diseases. Because when somebody says, oh, I got this for or I got this for Delta, I get this for Beta, he goes, do you hear anybody say that? I say, no, exactly. I said, people don't say that. They say, I got the vaccine for coronavirus. He goes, you know how many different variants they have? Or numbers, I should say? I said, no. He goes, okay. There's about 18. I said, whoa, yeah. Sounds like there's only like 6 or so. He goes, it's not that way. It's worse. Okay. He says this. And he looks at me point blank. He says, it's so bad. People don't understand. It's going to be bad for years to come. He said, and very importantly, which, I'm not going to lie, I keep saying this, but people don't listen. He said, remember that time? He says, I tuned in once, and you said something, and I was very odd about what you said. And you said, look, because the person's all like, you know, it's going to be here for about a year. He said, what if it's not? Meaning me. And then he said, you said it would be around for maybe 3 to 4 years. I said, yeah, I remember that. He goes, we're basically rounding around the 3-year mark. I said, yes. Did people plan for it? I said, no. He goes, exactly. I said, uh-huh. He said, no, you don't get it. Coronavirus is going to be here for another year. I said, all right. Well, what do you mean? He goes, oh, God. I'm telling you, this guy shouldn't really meet the other guy. But he said this, and he was very quick about it, and he said this. He says, look, you get the vaccine, right? I said, well, I didn't get the first one. I got the second one. He goes, all right. When did you get it? I said, fall. That's okay. You know that latest one that they gave everyone? Yeah, the one for 50-year-olds and above. He goes, yeah. Did they give it to the middle age? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they did. He goes, you know how they give it to under 5 and under? Yeah, they just started that. He goes, exactly. Where's the middle? Oh, gotcha. Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I get that. He goes, exactly. No one's getting the middle. Because you know how many people are between the years of 6 years old and 49? They getting the vaccine as of late? I said, no. He goes, you know it only lasts for 6 months? Yes, I actually do know that. I said, he goes, yeah. When did you get it? I said, last fall. He goes, exactly. Now let's say you get 6. I said, yes. He goes, do you think you're covered? I said, no, I already know that. He goes, oh, you know that? You know how many people know that? I said, I don't know. He goes, I would say none. I said, oh, got it. Oh, you're talking about the new vaccine. He goes, how did you know? I said, well, you mean the vaccine is coming, like in fall edition, doesn't cover 6. He goes, exactly, but people don't care. He goes, people only know they get the vaccination and they go, oh, but they don't tell them it's only for the first one. I said, oh, yeah, I would kind of say that on the show. I told him. He said, yeah, but you don't get it. People don't get it. They don't get it. He goes, do people listen to your show? I said, well, I'm not going to lie, we don't have really high ratings. I wish we did. He said, well, then we need to rest your show because this is stupid. Nobody is listening to obvious truth. He goes, people think they know, but they don't know. He goes, can you get to like national or something? I said, well, our show's kind of national sometimes online when people share. And lately they've been sharing a lot. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. He goes, well, you need to get better about that because it's going to be a problem. I said, did you say besides? He says, yeah, I've been having that problem. I don't know what's going on in my mouth. Anyway, it's because, so yeah, kind of that guy. But he says, because, he goes, oh, that makes sense. What do you mean? He goes, a lot of people are slurring their speech lately. I said, yeah, I noticed that. He goes, no, you don't get it. There's a problem with people's speech. I said, oh, what do you mean? He goes, well, they leave out certain words. I said, yeah. He goes, well, they're leaving out words. I think it's due to coronavirus. What do you mean? Well, he says people aren't reporting it, but it attacks the brain. I mean, say, I get what you're saying. Brain fog. He goes, it's not brain fog. There's something with coronavirus. The cells stay in the blood system. Huh. That's when I had a moment, because he didn't know what I said to the other guy. Now, he said this. It was very quick and very fast. He said, look, coronavirus hits the blood. 4, 5, and 6 hit the mind. He says, I don't get it, but all right. 4, 5, and 6 are bad, but they're really bad because they hit more than the mind. They hit the body a little, but hit the little brain center in the back. I said, oh yeah, that's that thing. And he goes, pay attention. I said, got it. He goes, the brain center in the back, the stem, it stays there. It stays in between. He goes, people don't know that because they're not doing the research. We have very, very, very top scientists, and we've discovered lately, and it'll probably come out in a report. You know how people are when they see reports, they don't get it. So I need people to make sense. Can you make sense to a few people? I said, sure. No problem. He says, okay. It stays in the stem cell of the brain. But people don't understand where that's at, but that's a little thing in the back. He goes, kind of looks like, for lack of a better term, broccoli. I said, oh, yeah, interesting, yeah. He says, what's so interesting about that? Nothing. Okay. Well, that thing stores certain cells. It's good for memory. It's good for a lot of things. But it stores coronavirus. We found it in dead patients. I said, really? Yeah, we do biopsies. It sucks. But here's the thing. Because it hits the brain cells and the brain stem of what you call the broccoli thing, I said I didn't call it, you call it, or whatever, just pay attention. It's not going to cut it. The brain stem is littered and infected with, I said, did you say infected? He says, yeah, I'm having that problem. Infected with, I said, what do you mean? You do that thing, usually you know what I'm saying. Oh, got it, okay. You mean, infected with something bad, something bad, something bad. What is bad? Oh, coronavirus is bad in the brain. Yes, he said that thing. Funny you know that. Now, the reality is people are going to really suffer because they're going to have it long term. I said, oh, yeah, they've been calling that long haul. Just stay with me, it's not long haul, it's something else. I said, okay. He says, people are going to have a hard time remembering things. I said, okay. He says, you know a little exercise you do with me? It's kind of weird. I said, yes. It helps the mind a little, but not a lot. Here's what people need. Better food. I said, okay. He says, but people don't want to hear that. They just want to hear vaccinate, 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 vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. I said, okay. Well, that's a problem. He goes, you don't get it? Well, I'm trying to follow you. Kind of not, you know. But go ahead. He goes, okay. The problem is people don't know that there's going to be problems along the way. Right. No, you don't get it. Very simple. People are going to have problems along the way. Okay. You don't get it? Along the way. I said, no. Kind of tired. He goes, okay. Very simple. People are getting problems along the way, and it's going to be all bad. Does you get it? I said, no, I don't get it. I'm kind of getting it, but I'm trying to. But not there yet. Okay. He says, look. Coronavirus, 1, 2, 3. What does that mean to you? Got no clue. All right, that's alpha, beta, and delta. I said, okay, why don't they do numbers? He said, and I said, we talked about that. I said, I don't know why they use the what's that? The alpha, the gamma. I don't know. It's like college things. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I actually said. And he goes, oh, you're the guy. I said, yeah. He goes, you're the guy that actually called that out? Yeah. Well, they should have. He goes, it's boring. Anyway, here's the thing. I think he meant it was weird, but whatever. So then he said this. Is very interesting. He said, look, you don't understand what's happening with people. They're not eating enough broccoli. I said, what? He says, well, if they had broccoli, it would help curb the problem happening with the brain. They just need more broccoli. Interesting. Okay. So I don't get it. All right. Here's the thing. People need better food, yeah? I said yes. He goes, okay. They need broccoli. Oh, I gotta go with this. Because everybody's like, vaccine. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Don't know how you're going to sell that. Exactly. You got to sell that. I go, not sure how I'm going to do that. That's why you got to make sense to it. I said, okay. All right. Well, eat more broccoli. Yeah, you want me to say that? He goes, exactly, because you don't get what's going on with this. The brain is having problems remembering in certain people that have had coronavirus alpha, beta, and delta, but it's having a problem in a year. He's got a problem here. He goes, the people that had it are got a problem in a year. I said, oh, that's interesting. He goes, have you got it? I said, no. He says, look, at the end of the day, they're going to have it, and they're going to get it, and they're going to say, oh, I'm fine. But they have what they think is brain fog. It's not brain fog. They're having trouble knowing things. They're forgetting things. They're forgetting memories, and they're getting kind of old fast. So what do you mean? He goes, okay, there's a couple things we've been kind of not very public about, but it's starting to happen in the younger generation of people. He goes, you know dementia? I said, yes. It's starting to happen in younger people. I said, excuse me? He goes, it's starting to happen in young people. In younger people. He goes, yes, in younger people. It's happening in younger people. Oh, that's not good. He goes, exactly. It's because of coronavirus, what people aren't going to want to hear. I said, oh, that's not good. He goes, exactly. They can call him some kind of name. You know that Bruce Willis guy? I said, yes. He goes, he has that. I said, excuse me? He has that. I can almost tell you he has it. I said, oh, he can't claim that sort of stuff. And it's not going to fly. You know, you have to have proof. He goes, okay, let me explain it to you, all right? We have patients that have had coronavirus. We go, what is the link? The link is coronavirus. A, B, or C. Me 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that. He said. I said, huh. So it's not just, you know, because I've heard, you know, a few people that kind of get that. He goes, exactly. They have coronavirus. I said, excuse me? They have coronavirus. No, they don't have coronavirus. Brainstem. And that's when it hit me. What he was trying to say is, in a very long way, as well, was this. When it hits the brainstem cells, the back area, that little thing, you know, right behind, and it stays there, it does you harm later in life. So don't get it. Now, if you had it, eat broccoli. Not sure how it helps, but that was the advice. So no, broccoli. Not sure how that story helps you, but yeah. Oh, that's right. Then he said something that the other guy said, and I thought it was interesting, but I said, huh, I wonder. So I got to, well, let me put it this way. I'm not sure. Well, okay, I'll tell you kind of what he said. He said, in essence, this. He said, look, you don't get it. I said, yeah, I get that a lot. He goes, there is coronavirus, and then there's coronavirus. I said, okay. You don't get it? I said, not really. Okay. There's coronavirus, and then there's coronavirus. I'm not sure what you're going with that. Got it. Okay. Coronavirus, yeah. He goes, exactly. I'm not sure you're going with that. He goes, okay, that's a problem. You don't know exactly where I'm going with that. That's a problem. Okay. Coronavirus, and then there's coronavirus. So you don't get it? Nope. I do not have it. Of course not. Coronavirus is meh. Coronavirus is super coronavirus. Okay? Because they're not going to call it that. They're going to call it something else. So, okay, what are they going to call it? It was M. So, excuse me? They're going to call it M. I said, excuse me? He goes, man, do I have to repeat myself? No, I mean, I know what you're going with. I get it. Like, M's really bad. We kind of talked. He goes, in France? Yeah. He goes, it's already here. I said, excuse me? He said, exactly. Oh. Right. Which one is it? He goes, they're going to probably say it's either 7 or 8. They don't want to be connected. So what do you mean? You know, France kind of said, hey, this is here. It's really bad, blah, 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 blah. He says, yeah. They don't want to be connected. They don't call it the France virus. Oh, so it's calling him exactly. That makes sense. Okay. So what do you mean? I said, nothing. So what you're saying is, M is 6, 7, or 8. He goes, no, it's not. Well, he goes, it could be 6 because there is some strains of that, but it's kind of combined with other ones. But it'll probably be 7 or 8 at the rate we're going. So got it, because nobody knows that yet. He goes, nope, nobody knows that yet. I said, oh. I don't know what to do with that. He goes, nobody knows what to do with that. That's a problem. So it's here for at least another year. I said, well, that's good. That's positive. He goes, what's with you and positivity? He goes, there's nothing positive about this. I said, okay, well, I get that, but, don't get it, get well. I'm still here, you're still here. We'll get it. I mean, we won't get it, but, you don't get it, man. Boy. Okay, so here's the deal. When it comes to pox, when pox combines with any one of those viruses, they become super coronavirus. Oh, I get where you're going. You mean, that's interesting. That's what's so interesting about. Well, I talked about it the other day. Why did you talk about it the other day? I said, well, I kind of talked to some very important people, like I say, but you guys want to know each other. I said, so, in essence, some people make sense, and then I kind of bring it together and go, that makes sense. Well, what makes sense? I said, well, I don't think you're ready for it, but, because I'm always ready for it, just lay it on me. Maybe I'll, I said, okay. Coronavirus is bad, right? Yeah. But it mutates with other viruses, right? Yes, that's how it mutates. I said exactly. So what you're saying is pox combines with coronavirus when a patient has both. He says, yeah, how'd you know? I said, this just is a thing. He goes, well, that's what it is. How come people aren't announcing that? I said, oh, they're not ready for that. He says, what do you mean? Well, they kind of dummy down. That's what people say. I'm starting to believe it because, man, I talk to people. They're just, I don't know, stupid. I said, yeah, I took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, pretty much. He said, exactly, that's what they are. Not sure what to do with that. He goes, well, that's the problem. They're stupid. Again, I'm not sure what to do with that. He goes, of course not. He goes, okay, let me give you an example. Let's say some person gets coronavirus. I said, okay. And let's say somebody gets pox. I said, okay, what do they have? Pox and coronavirus? Yeah, but they're not going to announce that. All right. He goes, no, you don't get it. He says, okay, pox is bad on the skin, yeah? I said, yes. He goes, coronavirus is bad in where? The body? The brainstem. I said, okay. Where are we going with this? He goes, yeah, I just thought of something. I said, okay. He goes, not just the brainstem, it's the body. You're right. I said, exactly. He goes, oh, okay. Oh, God, he said, and I was like, what? Because when he says, oh, God, it's bad, okay? And he said, oh, people aren't going to want to pay attention. I get it. 100%, they're not going to want to know. Coronavirus is not only bad, it's bad for the body. I said, yes. No, you don't get it. He goes, pox is bad for the body. I said, yes. He goes, no, you don't understand. It spreads like wildfire. I said, okay. No, it's bad, he says. I said, I got it. He said that several times. I get that. It's bad. He goes, all right. Look, here's the thing. You don't understand. Not only is it bad, it's so bad. People are going to report on it that it's not that bad. Huh? He goes, do you ever see reports that kind of underreport? I say yes all the time. I talk about it. At least you talk about it. He goes, look, the idea is that they don't want to panic people. I said, yes. He goes, people need to panic. I said, why? Because if they don't panic, they spread it. I said, oh, like that family thing? Yeah, I'm kind of smart, he said. I said, oh, yeah, I get it. And so, oh, by the way, how many people would get sick, out of 10? It says all of them. What's wrong with you? I said, got it. It's just, you didn't. All right, got it. Okay. So all of them would get sick. Yeah. Don't you get it? Well, oh, I get it, because it spreads on surfaces? No, man, that's coronavirus. He goes, I mean, yeah, okay, pox kind of does that too, and yeah, he goes, oh, shoot, it spreads on surfaces. Metal, I think. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, because coronavirus is on metal too, and that's why they wipe it down the transit system. But I don't think they do that anymore. I said, yeah, I remember that. They used to disinfect right before they kind of released it. Yeah. He goes, oh, that's why it's a problem. Got it. Okay. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we saw some kind of numbers. We thought, how could it spread that fast? Just got it. Okay. Because I have a theory, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be right. I'm telling you right now. Whenever he speaks, I listen. So he said this. It was very quick, very fast. He said, look, here's the thing. When coronavirus goes with and goes with pox, they combine really bad. I said, well, is coronavirus. He goes, did you want to pay attention or not? I said, okay, got it. Okay, sorry. That's what he says. Sorry. He says, coronavirus is a version of coronavirus times 8. I said, oh, it's worse. He goes, yeah. Okay. Because you're not like, he's like, okay. I said, well, it's kind of, I got something to do, but I got to get there. He goes, just makes sense of it. Okay, here's the deal. Coronavirus times 8 is coronavirus, what they call Delta Plus. I said, okay. He goes, no, you don't get it. No, I got what you just said, I said, but he goes, no, you don't get it. Coronavirus is not as bad as Delta Plus. Oh, okay. This times what? He goes, like 3. I said, oh, okay. He goes, no, that's a problem. He goes, it's not as bad as Delta Plus, but nobody's reporting it. And I said, no, actually I said it once, and I said, yeah, if you get Delta, make sure you get tested and know what you got, or if you got Delta or Delta Plus. He said, exactly, that's the problem. I said, what? Nobody's carrying right now. I said, what? Nobody's carrying right now, but they need to. I said, yeah, that makes sense. And people are like, coronavirus, they don't want to hear it. Yeah, I get it. He goes, no, you don't get it. Okay, what don't I get? He goes, well, coronavirus. Oh, he says, there's a problem. Been working on that. Yep, need to know. So it's okay. I'll write the paper. But here's what you need to know. And I said, can you tell me or not? He goes, just give me. I want people to know who I am. I said, okay. So, in answer, he said this. Very importantly, he said, when it mixes with pox, when you spit out, it's going to go all over the place. I said, okay. He says, you don't get it. I said, I don't get it. And he goes, it spreads all over the place on the skin. And I said, okay. He goes, you don't get it. I said, I'm trying. And he goes, here's the thing. It gets into the skin membrane. Okay? No, again, you don't get it. So, I don't. He says, look. When mixes with pox, has a way of spraying everywhere, right? I said, alright. He goes, it doesn't. I said, yeah, I got that. He goes, oh, God, you're so dumb. You get told that a lot. He goes, okay, here's the thing. Mixes with pox. Pox mixes with What do you get at the end of the day? Super mutation, duh. I said, okay, got it. Okay. Well, super mutation's bad. Right. But people are going to want to know that. I said, yeah. It was you agree? Yeah, well, we had to say a lot of things. People go, oh, this guy, people are stupid. Telling you, they should know each other. So then he said something very quick and fast, and he said, look, I know that coronavirus is bad when people inhale that, right? Yes. Not if it gets on the skin. What? Okay. He says, all right, you wear that face mask? I said, yes. He says, wear gloves. Okay. He says, and wear long sleeve stuff. Because if they chew around you and it spreads like an aerosol form, and they have pox with coronavirus, that's how it spreads in and under your skin. And then you get coronavirus, basically, times 8. As bad as Delta Plus. He goes, actually, no, with the numbers of the math. He goes, right now we're averaging about, probably 12 times worse. Huh. He goes, yeah. Now, he goes, it gets worse. Coronavirus, especially the variants, are really deadly with animals. I said, excuse me? He goes, yeah, it's really deadly with animals. Huh. Alright. Because you don't seem like, super, hey, wow. I said, well, tired. But go ahead. He goes, okay, so with coronavirus is not only bad, it's super bad. But when you mix it with pox, it's really bad. Now what happens to animals? They get sick? Bingo. Okay. Did you get it, or did you didn't put the pieces together, or Oh, I got it. I'm just trying to get your line of reasoning. He says, okay, it's simple. Let's say dog A and dog B meet. Dog A has coronavirus of the liver. I said, okay. Dog B likes to smell his butt. I said, okay. Now he spritz a little spritz somewhere, and boom, there it is. I said, okay. You don't get it? I said, no. You know how they like to itch? I mean, scratch? Whatever. Itch, scratch, blah, blah, blah. So, yes. Scratch, scratch, scratch. That's what they do, right? I said, yes. That's the problem. Oh, you mean if they have pox? Yeah. Oh, right, because it goes from animal to human, and animal to human again, and then baby, right? Wait, what? I said exactly. You see, what we finally got to, it takes a while to get to this guy. Seriously smart, but I think he was tired too. I was very tired. It was like midnight. But it's this. This is a problem. This story is not only, well, let's put it this way. It's so bad. Well, let's put it this way. I know you're not ready for it, but if you stay this long, you're somewhat ready. It's at least 12 times worse than coronavirus. Because coronavirus creates problems already in the womb. When we finally got to the end, it was probably like 1:32, okay? And he said this, and it's very quick and very fast. And he said, look, I know that you love to spread hope. I said, yes, I do. It's very important. He goes, don't. So why? People are going to die. Okay? Because I know, you don't hear that D word. I get it. But people need to know why it's bad. Yes. He goes, you don't get it. I said, yes, I do, but it's okay. He goes, all right, I get it. You're tired. I'm tired. Whatever. He goes, look, the math that we're doing right now, this is going to spread all over the country. I said, okay, no, you don't get it. He goes, look, it's bad. All right, I can't even say certain things. Kind of bound with a stupid company. Look, the reality is this. It gets so bad, people are going to get it probably in 30 to 40% of the country. I said, excuse me? He goes, yeah, we're trying to get ahead of it, but people aren't going to want to listen because they don't want to mask up. I said, yeah, that's the problem. That people don't want to mask up? Yeah, they complain. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Why does it make sense? Protests and stuff. Somebody else was talking about that. I get it. It's very unpopular to say that, but, that's not exactly people are going to die. Yeah, I get that. No, I don't get it. He goes, look, pox is so bad. It's bad. Yeah, I just got an idea. Do you remember leprosy? I said, yeah. You know how you say that stuff about the Bible stuff? He goes, it's true. I said, okay. He goes, that's the problem. What do you mean? Well, we feel, some of us, not all of us, we're seeing the beginnings of, like, leprosy again. I said, excuse me? He says, yeah, people don't want to know it, but it's like leprosy. Sorry? He says, well, leprosy had building blocks, and they had some really bad ones. But it was a combination of bad things. You know how, like, the skin fell off? Yeah. That's what it does. Pox? Yes, pox. With coronavirus. Worse. With animal. I said, excuse me? He said, we feel it came from an animal. Well, pox did come from an animal. No, he said, coronavirus mixed with pox possibly will lead to leprosy. I said, excuse me? Yeah, if we don't get ahead of it. Huh. He goes, yeah, we're kind of freaking out in the medical world, but we don't want to let people know. They call it the public, but I call it the publicity scam of the world. I said, oh, yeah, I can say that. Yeah, I know. He said, but here's the thing. You need to spread awareness. I said, okay, it's kind of hard. I mean, you only have an hour shot. I guess it doesn't matter. You got to spread awareness. People aren't going to want to listen. You're going to say lies if you spread awareness. If you spread awareness, people will listen. If you don't, they won't listen. Yeah, all right, that's true. Well, I don't know. A lot of people don't watch the show. He goes, well, they need to make sense of it. I said, okay. Oh. Well, here's the thing. All I know is people are not going to want to make sense of it because, they don't want to listen. He goes, well, they need to listen. You're going to say lies if you spread what you call hope. Well, I'm trying to find the hope. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you hear leprosy and nobody's reporting it. It's kind of going to be like, nobody's going to want to listen. He goes, exactly, that's the problem. So, what do you mean? Well, if some people listen, the right people listen, you do kind of reach around the world, right? I said sometimes not, but I don't know. He goes, well, then publicity of that crap. I said, well, I'll try, but all right. He goes, problem is this. Look, I want you to be safe. I want your family to be safe. I want your mother to be safe. I want your sister to be safe, right? Yeah. He goes, I know you take care of your sister. Yeah. He says, well, your sister got sick because of measles, right? I said, yes. Pox. He said, excuse me? Pox. You know how many people are going to give birth to kids who have a version of pox? Huh. I said, yeah, it attacks the... And that's when it hit me. Because the other guy, the other smart guy, said, man, you are so dumb. I said, yeah, I hear that a lot. He goes, nah, you're so dumb. Okay, here's the thing. There are people that know, but don't know. I said, yeah, I get that. He goes, but no, people really don't know. They know one thing. They know sometimes you get well. I said, yes. But no, you don't get it. Sometimes they get well. They don't always get well, right? He goes, no, it's a long haul thing. I said, yeah, I've been hearing that. He goes, no, you don't get it. It's super long haul. I said, what do you mean super long haul? Well, and he said this very eloquently and very, very to the point. He said, sometimes people are so, well, let's put it this way, dumb. I said, yes. Yeah, you keep saying that. He goes, exactly, that's the problem. They get dumb. Right? No, you don't get it. They get dumb. I said, oh, okay. So then he said this. He said, look, people don't understand that they need to be smart, but they need to be smart in a way that makes them not just smart, but also keeps them smart. And he says very quick and very fast. And he said, look, I know you know what to do in the event of emergency, right? I said, yes. You have emergency contact, right? Yes. You have a will in place. I used to have a will in place. I don't have a will in place anymore. I really have nobody to will to. He goes, well, yeah, I'm out, right? I said, yeah, but really, yeah. He goes, okay, whatever. Look, the idea is this, that you know what to do when something happens, right? I said, yes. He goes, she has that durable power of attorney, right? I said, yes, she actually does. He goes, well, you need to update that. I said, what do you mean? Well, there's going to be some things that are coming up with, I don't want to say the word, monkeypox, but it is just pox. Just call it pox. I said, okay. But pox is coming with so many different things. People don't even understand what pox hits. Pox hits the brain, hits the body, hits the mind, hits the soul, hits the body, hits the mind, hits the soul, it hits everybody and everything. And it hits animals, by the way. I said, okay. And it hits people. I said, okay. And it hits the blood. And it goes, and once it's in the blood, it don't go anywhere. That's the problem with pox. I said, okay. It was very quiet. I'm like, does anyone get it? I said, well, what's the question? He goes, man, you're so dumb. Most people go, oh, I get it, whatever. I said, well, I kind of all over the place. And I go, I just kind of, and then he had that little thing where I'm like, oh, you're thinking, okay. Then he said to me, and again, very quick and very fast, and I said, look, I think I understand, because pox is going to create a problem for everyone. He goes, yeah, but boys are going to create a problem for kids. I said, excuse me? It's going to create a problem for kids. And that's when it jived. Embryo. Babies in the embryonic stage of development are very susceptible to three things. 1, nutrition. 2, disease. And 3, yeah, that thing. I said it in one of the shows. I said, save the umbilical cord. The umbilical cord has special properties in it to help you out eventually. There's some people that eat it, they grind it up, and don't do that. But make sure to save it, because there's certain things in there that can help you out. Okay. Now, a lot of children are going to have a problem. And the reason they have a problem in the next few months is because they had COVID. But in the following year to maybe a year and a half to even 2 or 3 years down the line, you're going to see a lot of polio. Polio is going to be back on the rise. And when polio's on the rise, everybody's going to be like, what the hey? Okay? If you have a polio child, you're going to say, shoot. There's nothing good that comes with polio. Just so you know. All right? So be careful out there. Stay ahead of it. And when the vaccine comes out, especially this one, I know a lot of people are anti that. Take broccoli, okay? Increase your broccoli. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, make sure to get the vaccine when it comes out, okay? Even the one that, I said, well, may work, may not work, just get it, okay? If it becomes available to you, you have the ability to get it, then get it. The one that's happening probably in February, March, and April, thankfully due to the very smart people, that one, just get it, okay? And definitely get it for as young as you can go, because it's going to be bad in the next few months, okay? So, wear gloves, wear a face mask, and definitely wear long sleeves. I know it's hot out there, trust me, but be safe out there. All right, people? All right, I'm out of time. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living, and we do get through it, okay? We just got to get through it together. Don't get sick. All right, people. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.